Hey everyone, welcome to part 8 of our Crawl Sudden Death Challenges tournament game. It's the last round. We're playing a Ghoul Warper of GhWr. It's time for us to go on a rune collecting spree because our challenge, or one of them anyway, is to collect 5 runes before entering depths. And we've basically done everything that's not either collecting runes or going to depths. Before we talk a bit about that though, I've got some breaking news. We check out the standings here. I just watched GhWr take the lead. So he did a 10-week final round. He got his 15 rune win for the tournament, the one-off bonus, and he slotted himself into 88 points. When you are tied, the first tiebreaker is weekly bonus points, so he's above Pedrotolo there. So I believe he's guaranteed second now. The only person who can beat him is me, if I'm able to pull off this 10 point round in the final one. He'll be second and I'll win. Also, if you haven't done it yet, you should go check out GhWr's stream. It's at Twitch TV/HeckPriest. As in, here's GhWr, the channel is HeckPriest. Alright, so yeah, I guess we need to focus on our game. Yeah, because with 10 points we'll go to 89. It has to be 10 points because I've got my weekly bonuses are 15. Even if we get, say we get our 3 for this round, we'll only go to 18. So GhWr will beat, he'll still be first on tiebreakers. So I can't die on the orb run. We need to get 10 points. That's the only thing that will do it. Alright. So, what am I doing? I had numlock on. Alright, I was trying to move and instead I was eating chunks of flesh. That wasn't quite right. At the end of the last episode, we came and bought a ring of resist corrosion because I think we're probably going to head into the slime pits now. So we have some choices here. There are 6 runes that we could pick from, of which we need to do 5 before entering depths. Now, at some point we do need to do Tomb, but we could theoretically do the other 5 runes. We could go do depths, we could even clear most of Zot and just not pick up the orb, and then go back and do Tomb. Hell, if I were really afraid, we could go do all of 15 runes and go do Tomb as the 15th. I think that's probably unnecessary. I think I probably also will do Tomb as one of the 5, just so we get this over with. If there's one that I could skip, it would probably be Abyss. Because Abyss is super annoying on a Ghoul. It's super annoying on Undead, but especially Ghoul because your stats tend to be really bad. And the thing I'm thinking of is, in particular, Wretched Stars. So if you're Undead, you can't be mutated, right? If you do get mutated, instead your stats get rotted. Now, Wretched Stars have a smite targeted temporary mutation, so they give you transient mutes, and they tend to hit you with 2 or 3 of them at a time. Except those transient mutes rot your stats just like normal mutes, so they tend to mute you really quickly, smite targeted. You have low stats because you're a Ghoul, and your 10 dex that you have very quickly approaches 0. It's really obnoxious. Really, really obnoxious. So I'd probably rather avoid that if we could. I mean, we can see how we go, but I think we're probably strong enough to go do the slime pits. Especially if I remember to put our resist corrosion ring on, which I'll do now. Instead of probably the evasion ring. The MR ring is still nice to have in slime because you can meet golden knights who can chain confuse you, but it's not super important. Yeah, I think I'll take off the inscription. I think I'd rather have a little bit of evasion generally rather than the other abilities on that ring. If we do see shining eyes, we can quickly put them on. Okay, so we got our resist corrosion. Got to remember only 2 bits of MR, and I think we're ready to go. So we do need to respect Shining Eyes. They too can rot your stats, but just not as quickly and as potently as Wretched Stars can. Slime Pits. Alright. And we're just going to be diving, which is how you want to do slime anyway. But I don't know, just in case you forgot. We've always got our Apocalypse in case things get out of hand, which we probably will use against the Royal Jelly. Also, Scrolls of Torment are super strong against the Royal Jelly and all his... Oh yeah, we have Scrolls of Acquirement. I just remembered. Okay. Yeah, I baited you all into this episode by not reading them, and then I almost forgot. But anyway, we're immune to the Scrolls of Torment because we're undead, but all his jellies will have their HP halved. So if you torment twice, the Royal Jelly's at a quarter of its HP, and then you just Apocalypse it tends to mop everything up. And of course, you could always throw an Immolation in on top of that as well. Do we really only have 4 potions of haste in this game? That's kind of sad. There's one we can buy. I'm going to go buy that. It's where we just were in Elf. That's my bad. Haste. Yeah. Oh, it was in that shop. Yeah, I should have picked that up straight away. That's really valuable. So now we've got 5. Alright. Now that we did a round trip, let's read our acquirement scrolls. So I was saying that our +3 Ring of Evasion is really not very exciting as far as jewelry goes. So I think I'll open up at least with a jewelry acquirement. And we get a plain ring. Yeah, this is the other thing I was talking about. It's weighted towards things you don't know. So when there are still lots of jewelry you've never seen, yeah, this tends to not be too exciting. Maybe it's a +6 Ring of Slaying, but it might also just be a Ring of Intelligence or something. How about we just put it on and we can find out for sure? It's a Ring of Ice, see? Like, how exciting. We acquired a Ring of Ice. I'm sure glad we spent 1800 gold on that. Well, I'm stubborn, so we're going to go again. Okay, we got an Artifact Amulet. Spirit Shield. Invis, RF++ and Int +4. Not a huge fan of Spirit Shield when I'm playing Rue, because in bad situations you want to be able to Apocalypse, and Apocalypse takes 8 magic points. So yeah, if you're wearing the Spirit Shield and something really crappy happens, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something, like you get Crystal Speared for most of your HP, that's probably also going to take out most of your magic points as well, and then you lose access to, yeah, your best panic buttons. So yeah, not a huge fan. RF++ is really nice, some extra int is really nice, but I think I probably just prefer to have +6 reflection. Maybe we'll carry this with us. I don't know. Like, it's a decent way to get RF++ in a pinch. Like, say we're blowing up lots of slimes with Immolation. So I'll carry it with us, but that's kind of not great. Let's put our evasion back on. Let's go back to slime. Bit disappointing. The acquirement scrolls have, on the whole, over the last couple of games, been pretty disappointing. I'm trying to think of if there's even been a single time where I've baited you back to the new episode with acquirement scrolls and then it's actually been exciting as an item. I don't think it's happened. So that tactic's probably going to stop working. We are just flying through slime right now. We reached level 24. I was saying last level up that we probably want more strength. Maybe I went overboard with int. Because I would like to get into gold dragon scales. Let's just go back up and heal. So we probably want more strength than just 20. Especially if we're going to try to cast blink or passage or pass wall in a gold dragon scales. Alright, well there's the shining eye. That's probably not too scary. I'll attack it first though. Yep. See, we lose dex. Of course the the stat that we are lowest in is the one that gets hit. Do we? Oh, right. It's because our other ring, the Blink RLEC MR ring, was also giving us extra dex. So we have less than I thought. No, it's okay. Slime 4, we got one more. Down to Slime 5. This is a pretty quick descent. I almost said ascent, but that would be the opposite of what I meant. Alright, go away. We have 71 rations. Alright. Okay, well, because we're going to be exploding stuff, we would probably rather fight the royal jelly in the open rather than in his little house. Because we want to be able to immolate and torment everything all at once. There are the golden eyes. 16% confusion we'll put on the other MR ring, which drops it to 2%. Yeah. Where you see one golden eye, you tend to see more. And especially in slime, can be really annoying if you can't break out of it because you're stumbling around. If you ever end up on the acid walls, you're going to be getting burnt by them. Okay, so we're going to chill out here. The dream would be if the royal jelly just turns up. And we'd probably haste. I don't like that we only have 5 of those. We're probably going to want some of those for tomb. At least 2 of those for tomb. So that's dropping us down. If we use 2 there, if we use 1 here, we're down to only 2 of them. I'm going to do a bit of yelling. I probably should just throw tomahawks. That makes more sense than doing nothing, just sitting there waiting for him to come to us. Oh, boy. Well, I did want the raw jelly to come out into the open, but I wasn't quite expecting him to be right on top of us like that. Alright, he'll never follow you upstairs, so that's okay. Well, I think we're going to try to find a new stair down, rather than deal with that. I'll just run at this guy. He's fast and he's going to keep nailing us with corrosive bolts as I try to run all the way back to the stairs, which are really far away. Oh, we got marked. That's pleasant. Yeah, so we can assume we're going to more or less clear slime 4. Actually, you know what? If I could find a downstairs while we're still marked, that would pull the raw jelly to us. That would probably work well. Oh, we're no longer marked. Alright, never mind that plan. Alright, we found another downstairs. Sweet. Take a little bit of burning. Maybe I should check this upstairs just in case we have to take it. Alright, looks generally pretty safe. Maybe we should fight it though. Just make sure it's clear in case we have to come up. Yep, we're getting stat drained again. And of course it keeps hitting our decks because that's just what always happens. The game knows where you're most vulnerable. Alright, so we're on the complete opposite side to where the royal jelly was. And we got another shining eye. And another one. Yep. Hits the decks again. Watch, it's just gonna be decks every time. I guarantee it. Okay, I got strength this time. Yeah. I just need to call it out. Watch, I promise you it will be dexterity every time. The game's like, hold my stat drain. Need to prove ultra wrong. Fighting to 21. I mean, this stuff is slowly going up. I mean, our aptitudes are all pretty bad, so it's not too surprising. I think we'll just go around the outside. We've got 8 scrolls of blinking, which all work perfectly fine in here. So if things go super bad, we can always just chain controlled blinks back to the stairs. I guess we'll keep exploring around the outside. We might run into the royal jelly out here, which would probably be good. Although it would be better if we were in vision of the stairs. There he is. Okay, I was like, he didn't notice us, but of course we have, we sacrificed our ability to be stealthy, so that's not true. Alright, here's the plan. Do we need haste? Let's quiver nets. We only have literally 1 net. Maybe let's not quiver nets. Okay, I'm going to haste then. Okay, so we can read torments, and that's going to half his HP. So the plan is probably read a couple of torments, and then apocalypse everything. And if it's going totally bad, we'll read a couple of blink scrolls, and we'll blink back up to the stairs here. So first scroll of torment, it spits out all the monsters. If we read another torment and then apocalypse, I don't think we need to immolate. Yeah, there's probably no point. Read a second torment. Okay, everything's nearly dead. So now, and everything's really far away, so I think actually this does make sense to read an immolation. So prepare for some fire. Here we go. We read the immolation, really read it. Yep. Alright, and are you ready for some fireworks? Let's apocalypse. Nice. Too easy. Oh, he spat out some as a final thing. That's okay. They're all in the fire. They're going to die pretty quickly. I could torment them again, but we're hasted. They're all in the fire. They're going to die quickly. And again, if we're going to die, we'll just blink back up to the stairs. Yep, this is fine. Cool. Pretty easy. Torment a good strat. I mean, so technically you could do that same thing even if you weren't a ghoul. So, I mean, that might seem scary because you'd be halving and ultimately quartering your own HP as well. But imagine even if you just did it once. You'd lose half your HP maybe, but we didn't take any damage from him. So, I don't know. Put it in the scary, but technically would work just as a regular character who isn't torment immune. And let's grab our loot. If we get our 3rd rune, which we're about to do, that will bring us 1 point up. So we'll go from 84 to 85, and we'll still be behind Joy. Okay, that doesn't help us. Okay, still, it's an extra point. Point is a point. Let's run to it. Sweet. I see there that we just found the macabre finger necklace. That's a really funny and interesting item. I don't care about that ring. Don't care about the short sword. Let's drop this encrusted leather armor. There's literally no amulet of reflection that can be better than our +6 unless it's an artifact. So with backslash, I'll go into our auto pickup and I'll turn that off. It should be somewhere. Amulets of reflection. Alright, the macabre finger necklace. I feel like this confuses people. You have to look at it because you're like, okay, so it's an amulet that gives you RN. How crappy. Read the description. It is an ugly finger dangling on a string. It would look better with a ring on it. So its main thing is that it lets you wear a 3rd ring. I think it's a really cool item. At the moment, we don't have even 2 rings that are that good. So it's not too exciting right now, but it definitely could become exciting in the future. The short sword of havoc. Why do I keep running out of slots? Let's drop regular tomahawks. We're pretty crap at throwing. We may as well just... But we still may as well just throw tomahawks of returning if we're going to be throwing them. Another amulet, again, it's probably not going to be better than our reflection, but we may as well find it out just so acquirement doesn't give it to us. That's a random rage mace, that's not too exciting. A ninth scroll of blinking. Quarterstaffs or quarterstaves are two-handed, don't care about those. We found Vile Clutch, which is interesting. Probably we should check out this shiny plate armor as well. It's fire resistance. I mean, it's kind of nice to get a second point of RF. This gives us 23 AC. This is 24. I don't know. Being invis is still quite useful. I'm really not sure. So where are we going to be going next? We can go... I don't want to do Tomb yet. So it would be either Vaults 5 or the Abyss. We just talked about how we don't want to do the Abyss, or I don't. So I guess we go do Vaults 5. How useful is Invis in Vaults 5? Or would I... I mean, we have 8 scrolls of enchant armor, but I'd really rather have a gold dragon scales that's a +8. Rather than this... than even just a plate armor of fire resistance, or would I? Where's our other RF coming from? The scarf. So I guess we could switch back to a cloak. It would be... Well, our cloaks are pretty meh. It'd be a +1 cloak. So we could get some extra AC. And we could have a +8 armor of fire resistance. Maybe that's better? I mean, we're going into Vaults early. So Vaults 5 is still going to be scary. It's a scary place even once you've done depths. If I'm being honest. But we can always apocalypse stuff. I'm gonna wait and see. Are we still carrying it? We are. Okay. So let's go see how we start off. So we're going to Vaults 4. Okay, so in some ways you can attempt to stair dance Vaults 5 when you're Rue. So we all know that if you try to stair dance Vaults 5, you get locked in by Vault Wardens. Why don't I have a third stair down? I've only found 2 stairs down to Vaults 5. That's not right. Huh? Where's the third downstairs? Something weird is going on here. Right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, there are only 2 downstairs to Vaults 5. So every floor should always have 3 upstairs and 3 downstairs. But we have 3 upstairs, so that implies that there's not some area that we can get to from Vaults 3. I'm gonna magic map because I'm curious. Yeah, there is. There's like a... Oh, there's a door there. Oh, because we don't know how to get into here. Oh, okay, it was this annoying bit. It's a rock wall, so we can dig in. Alright, so we have to dig into here. That is really annoying. Alright, well, we found it. We solved the mystery. I gotta remember, let's take off resist corrosion now, and we'll put back on our ring of GhWr. I'm glad I remembered that before we went in. You don't want to have less than 3 MR going to Vaults 5. You can see Ancient Liches, you can see Sphinxes, a bunch of things that can paralyze you. And hang on, I got a cough. We need to drop something. Probably, I don't think we need to be walking around with protection from cold on a ring. %1 paralysis on a Sphinx. I can live with that. Oh right, we can't use phantom mirrors. I keep forgetting all these things that we lost access to when we sacrificed love. Alright, and this is a better downstairs. I wanted one that had free area around it. I didn't like that these ones are sort of surrounded by walls. This one seems similar to that one, I guess, but there's also, I don't know, maybe that one was better. It's more that I became confused by there only being 2 downstairs down. Alright, so we all know you can get locked in by Vault Wardens. But what we can do with GhWr is that we can always try to Apocalypse to kill the Vault Warden that's locking us in, and then continue stair dancing. Especially if we combine that with a Scroll of Torment to half its HP first. We can probably always Torment plus Apocalypse any Vault Warden. I'd be surprised if that didn't kill one, or didn't kill it. So I think we start off just stair dancing. Oh, there's one here immediately. So maybe we just Torment Apocalypse this whole first group. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay, so everyone convulses, and then let's just Apocalypse them all. Okay, well it turns out that wasn't enough to kill the Vault Warden. He's very nearly dead though. We can just Ice Blast one him maybe? Yep, okay, cool. Alright. Oh, where did this Vault Warden come from? Where did both of these come from? Wait, where did they just come from? Oh, they got recalled. Okay, so that guy brought them in. Alright, well, okay, so one of them is paralyzed. Our issue here is that as we attempt to go up, this tentacle monstrosity can potentially constrict us and hold us in, and then this other Vault Warden can lock the stairs. So I may as well try to go up, but then this might not work. And if it doesn't, then I think we're going to have to start just reading blinking scrolls to just blink down to the side. Alright, so that recall sort of owned us. I didn't realize that was happening, or I probably would have gone back up already. Because if I'd gone back up, then we could have rested off our exhaustion, and I could have had another Apocalypse ready to go. But too late. Let's see. We got constricted. Alright. We're not locked in yet though, so I'll keep trying. We got up. Okay, we got lucky. Alright, not punished for that. But that was bad play on my part. Alright, so what do we do now? It's sort of, see, Apocalypse is super loud, so we've probably woken up most of the floor, and we've attracted it all here. So I don't know that I want to keep going down here, especially when we know there's a Vault Warden there. Now, maybe we could come down and Apocalypse again, but even in just doing that, we might not kill it, and there's enough dangerous stuff here, including a Yaktor Captain and a Titan, and a Tengu Reaver, and the Hellfire Deep Elf Priest, that we could take a lot of damage really quickly. So I think we probably, what you would do is read a teleport scroll, and then go down the stairs, but we actually have a hatch here. So if you think about it, a hatch is kind of like teleporting randomly on the floor. That's probably the way to go. And what's nice about this is that because we made so much noise in the middle here and we brought everything into the middle, anywhere we land that's not in the middle will now be safer because there are going to be fewer monsters there. It's an argument, or it's a fact that the people who say immolation on Vaults 5 is really bad and something you should never do because it will wake all the enemies up, they never seem to acknowledge this fact, or they overlook it, or I don't know. I've never seen one of those people ever talk about this. But even if you kill even just the Vault Guards in the beginning with immolation, yes, you wake everything up. But it's a good thing because now they're all in the middle. So now when I teleport away from the middle, I'm gonna meet fewer monsters. Anyway, it's strange. So we could be landing in a very dangerous spot. So I'm considering buffing. Apparently we found some more haste because we're up to 6, even though I think we had 5 just before. and we use one against the royal jelly. So, oh, another thing that I should stop flying. I just realized Titans have airstrike. They can do 50 damage with it, and when you're flying, they can do 75. Definitely not something you ever want to be doing, flying against a Titan. We're probably not going to want to be flying in Vaults 5 anyway. It's not like you're going to have deep water or lava or anything in there. So we'll just acknowledge that there are Titans around and stop flying now. And the question is, do we buff? Probably. 4 Agi, 4 Might, 6 Haste. This is probably going to be one of the more challenging things for us to be doing in this game. So we're doing Vaults 5 early, before we've done Depths, so I think it's probably worth just buffing up. So we're going to go Agi, we're going to go Might, and Haste, and then we'll take the Hatch. And if our landing spot is bad, we'll just teleport around until we get near the edge of the map. Or we'll even just read a bunch of blinking scrolls. So we're in one of the chambers on the top left, which is fine. I'm just going to start running towards the outside. We're hasted, so we can run like this. Okay. And now that we're out here, we'll fight. If we can eat some chunks, we can heal back up. Perfect. We've got 8 chunks with us. Okay, so this is good. We got a pretty good hatch down there to land near the edge of the map. And actually our rune was there. I could have grabbed it. Although it could have been fake. I don't like this. We just got nailed by a crystal spear, I think. Is that what happened? What hurt us so much there? Yeah, the crystal spear hit us. That is indeed what happened. Also, is it too late now? I should have gone invis as well, because Edens can't see invis. It's alright, we can just fight Netten. If we get nailed again, I can always use Apocalypse. Okay, let's also throw down the Lamp of Fire. I'm just taking this super slowly. I don't want to randomly just die to some crystal spears. Oh, we're being slowed by the Torpus now. We reflected that one back, which is good. Alright, let's eat some flesh to heal while we've got a brief respite here. Oh, okay, I thought we got Sentinel marked. If we got... Getting Sentinel marked on Vaults 5 is always terrifying. Alright, more chunks. We have a lot of magic mapping. It's probably no use. I normally don't really care about magic mapping Vaults 5. I don't know. There are a lot of proponents of doing it, but I don't know. They're all... Yeah, please notice me, senpai. I sacrificed stealth for a reason. They're all fairly similar. So the way that I prefer to do it is to head around the outside. Let's go invis. I'll remember this time. Okay, there we go. The deep trolls can still see us. But the N and the Ironheart Preserver can't. I already used my thingy. My Lamp of Fire. We don't have a Clouds Wand. A Clouds Wand would be really good right here. I think we're okay. Same thing. Okay, I really needed to kill the Haste Might guy, but we got him. And if things start going really poorly here, we got another Haste Might guy. I'm gonna try to Acid Wand him. Okay, he went down again. We're good. Yeah, if things go really poorly, I'll just Apocalypse. I'd rather not because of how loud the ability is, and it will draw a lot of stuff to us. But if we have to, I will. Did we get Gold Dragon Scales? We did. Alright, we can't carry it, but that's okay. That's going to be better than Fire Dragon, oh, Fire Plate, rather. So, that means... let's rest a bunch. Okay, because I don't want to be taking off my armor to experiment with it while there are scary monsters potentially turning up. So I've waited 3 times now and nothing came, so it's probably safe to. Oh, we're going to lose... That's okay. So when we do this, we're going to lose a point of MR. So we can always put on the extra MR ring that we're carrying around instead of +3 evasion. We'll lose our invisibility, but that's okay. If we really need it, we can always quaff a potion. Because I think this is going to give us a lot more AC. Oh, and it's too late now, but we also can probably take off the Scarf of Resistance with the Gold Dragon Scales. But let's have a look. We're 25 AC, 10 evasion, which is 35 in total. This is 26 and 6, which is 32. But then we can put another 8 enchant armor scrolls on top. So this is probably worth it. We'll have a bunch more AC. We're going to lose even more evasion though. Is this worth? So we're going to look like this. It's probably worth. We basically are going to have no evasion, but we've got 35 shield and we're going to have 34 AC. And we'll get more AC when we put a cloak on. Yeah, I'm okay with this. And we really need more strength. I mean, I don't know that we're ever going to cast spells in this Gold Dragon Scales anyway, but I don't see us ever casting Blink or Apparition with only 20 strength. The encumbrance rating on a Gold Dragon Scales is 24. So, yeah. More strength required. Or that int that I leveled up. Oh boy. Suddenly monsters. I shouldn't have stepped around that corner, that was bad of me. Let me throw out an acid charge. Okay, I'm taking this super slow. Tengu Reavers are really dangerous, as are Titans. Even if they're just punching you, they can punch you for 55 damage. Okay. Oh, I have no chunks to eat right now. Oh, okay, that was a shapeshifter, but anytime you see a floating eye, those guys can paralyze you, even through your MR. I'm trying to get chunks. There's nothing to butcher here. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna stick to the outside. I mean that's better generally, but it's especially good considering we drew everything to the middle with our apocalypse earlier. I could have... Nah, it doesn't really matter. I was thinking, oh, I could do it again here. I could take my MR off here against these elves with Banish if I really wanted to go to the Abyss. But there are lots of distortion weapons in our game anyway, so we can pretty easily go to the Abyss just by wielding and unwielding those. Hey, even more haste. This is really good. Man, reflection is so amazing when you have 35 shield. Those Yaktors just die. You don't have to do anything. Just exist. I'm killing you by existing. We picked up a glowing buckler, also a glowing shield. Is there any glowing shield in the world that would be better than a +8 large shield? I'm going to say no. Our Lamp of Fire is already recharged. That's a nice thing about being in Vaults 5 this early. We're getting huge amounts of experience from killing these enemies, fighting titans and the like. Lich. If it has paralysis, it's only 1% chance to get us. It's really Crystal Spear that I most care about, and we know that he doesn't have it. Although to be fair, we'd probably just block it. What do we pick up there? Another protection from firing, which we probably don't need. I think having one of those is sufficient. And backslash to go to our auto pickup to turn those off. Fortunately, we didn't fight the Phantasmal Warrior at the same time as the Lich. That's maybe even scarier than the Vampire Knight is. Oh, double Titan. Yeah, it's a good thing we're not flying right now. This is scary. We've got double Titan, a Tengu Reaver, and an Etten. I still would rather not Apocalypse because of how much noise it will make, but throwing down the Lamp of Fire could be a good idea. Well, we got one of them. Taking this slow. Alright. Shadow Dragons nowhere near as scary as they are to anyone who's not immune to negative energy. Alright, we've done all around the outside now. Now I don't want to be cocky, so I'm not just going to start auto-exploring. We're playing a tournament here. So the best way to do this now is to head into these chambers from the corners. Fight some stuff, and then head around to the next chamber. Haste guy does not have Crystal Spear, so he's not too scary. Just eat some chunks mid-battle. I wouldn't mind just grabbing the rune though. Oh, it was fake, debated. Two more. Oh, we got two more enchant armors, so we can put those. Oh, and an acquirement scroll. Alright, so the enchant armors go on our armor. So we've got 36 AC now, and we can boost that a bit more with a cloak. But I think we go acquirement again for jewelry. Give me some sweet MR ring. Well, it's technically better than the protection from firing we're carrying. Same thing, we approach from the corners. It is amazing how often monsters don't notice us when we were guaranteed that by sacrificing stealth that monsters would always see us. Okay, I'm fighting an invisible lich by just punching him blindly. That's not recommended. I don't know why, it's become a point of pride this playthrough to just not ever put on the C invis ring. It's not smart though. There we go, there's our fourth rune. So we just need one more before we head into depths, which I guess is Tomb, unless we want to do Abyss. I don't know, are we strong enough to do Tomb right now? Well, I mean, let's clear the rest of vaults first, but maybe. Our skills are all still so low. 13.8 armor. We've been training it for how long? He had Remove Curse. Oh, suddenly Shapeshifter. he drank a haste potion of mine. Yeah, see, look at this. This is why you don't get cocky. Like, situations in vaults can very quickly get out of hand. Like, look at all this stuff, and these convokers are bringing in more enemies. And we're gonna have to kill everything twice because this Deep Elf Death Mage is spamming his Lost Soul thing. And then the convoker is miting them all. I mean, to be fair, we do still have Apocalypse, so I'm not actually worried here. But it just goes to show you that even if you've... Yeah, it's still getting worse. Let's just eat some chunks to heal. Even if you think you've cleared most of vaults, don't get cocky, because it can still very quickly go south. And if we had had something like a Titan who was sitting back here, airstriking us the whole time. What happened there? Oh! He tried to... It doesn't make sense. So I'm guessing Rue redirected the attack, so he fireballed himself. But how is he trying to fireball us? It would never have hit through all the stuff. That's pretty funny though. He just fireballed all his friends. Oh, I mean, at least he has friends. Unlike us, sacrifice love, Ghoul. Forever alone, Ghoul. At least the nice thing about fighting all those convokers and having them bring so many dudes in is that the rest of the floor is probably pretty empty now. So I'm just going to auto-explore around. We don't have a File of Floods. That's something I should have. Do we care about the Lajatang of Order? No, because it's two-handed. We have so much gold. That's interesting. So that's a +4 reflection ring, but it would give you +5 int as well. Well, no, there's no point yet. Well, I'm going to mark that as interesting. I mean, if we ever get the strength and we ever get the spare experience, so we max this fighting unarmed combat, etc., to actually try to cast some low level spells. I don't see it happening, but maybe. That's probably better than the +6 reflection shield amulet. Alright, we're done with Vaults 5. So the question is, are we ready for Tomb yet? Or do we just want to go to Abyss, get a 5th rune, go do Depths, go do Zot, and then come back for Tomb later? I think we probably could do Tomb. Being immune to Torment makes it much less scary. It still is scary, of course, because 1, everything can smite you, and 2, there are some really scary things in there, particularly Benus. Benus are really fast, they hit really hard in melee, they have 2 lives, and they have Holy Wrath attacks. So it's sort of the perfect counter to this sort of character. We're undead, so they really hurt, and then because they have 2 lives, we can't just apocalypse them, because you kill them once and then they come back again. So I don't know how I feel about going to Tomb yet. Well, it's been 48 minutes, so I think I'll wrap this episode up here and I'll rack my brains about where we're going to go next. If we're going to go to Abyss or if we're going to go to Tomb. See you then.